Hello, dear students. I hope you are all doing well. The wait is over. The practice batch is here. It's time to gear up and focus on honing your skills. In this batch, you will get dictations from SSC's previous years, including 2024, 23, 22, and beyond. Each video will feature dictation from one shift. Your responsibility is to practice each of these dictations diligently to achieve excellence. Let us now begin the session. Listen carefully and write with full concentration. All the best. Ready for the shift first matter. Get ready. Start. It is true that in the instance case, there is no agreement available on record to indicate that the purchase was made for the purpose of export. In the absence of the said document, it is not possible to specifically state as to whether it was clear that the sale or purchase between the parties, that is the dealer and the purchaser, was inextricably linked with the export of goods. It is only when a claim is established the claim under section 5 within bracket 3 of the CST Act would be justified. At the time of auction sale, when the appellant purchased the tea from the dealer, there is nothing on record to show that the definite stand was taken by the purchaser that the purchase of tea was for the purpose of occasioning an export for which an agreement has been entered into. Since no such claim was made at that stage, sales tax was realized, which was paid to the government by the dealer. However, there is a clear finding record by the assessing authority that the export documents were verified by him with the accounts from which it is indicated that the entire exports were effected pursuant to the prior contract or prior orders of the foreign buyers, and that the export sales are supported by bills of lading, export invoices, and such other valid documents. In the light of the said findings, the assessing authority allowed the exemption, clearly holding that the claim for exemption was genuine. The next two authorities, namely the appellate authority and the tribunal, agree to the said findings, and there does not appear to be any serious challenges to the said findings before the said two authorities. So far as the refund is concerned, the assessing authority, the appellate authority, as also the appellate tribunal have clearly recorded a finding that when a dealer has paid the tax in excess of what is due from him, it has to be refunded to the dealer in as much as the dealer is entitled to receive a refund if tax is paid in excess of what was due from him, referring to the provisions of section 44 of the KGST Act. The Deputy Commissioner Appeals, that is the appellate authority, also held that it is the seller or the dealer on whom the burden lies to prove that the sale is for fulfilling an order of the foreign buyer. Since section 5 within bracket 3 refers only to the foreign buyers. Stop. This is a dispute between brothers, in our opinion, and a fault should be made to resolve the dispute between the parties by mediation. In this connection, we would like to quote the following passages from Mahatma Gandhi's book My Experiments with Truth. I saw that the facts of Dada Abdullah's case made it a very strong indeed, and that the law was bound to be on his side. But I also saw that the litigation, if it were persisted in, would ruin the plaintiff and the defendant, who were relatives and both belonged to the same city. No one knew how long the case might go on. Should it be allowed to continue to be fought out in court, it might go on indefinitely and to no advantage of either party. Both therefore desired an immediate termination of the case. If possible, I approached Tayyab Seth and requested and advised him to go to arbitration. I recommended him to see his counsel. I suggested to him that if an arbitrator commanding the confidence of both parties could be appointed, the case would be quickly finished. The lawyer's fees was so rapidly mounting up that they were enough to devour all the resources of the clients, big merchants as they were. The case occupied so much of their attention that they had no time left for any other work. In the meantime, mutual ill will was steadily increasing. I became disgusted with the profession. As lawyers, the counsel on both sides were bound to take up points of law in support of their own clients. I also saw for the first time that the winning party never recovers all the costs incurred. Under the court fees regulation, there was a fixed scale of costs to be allowed as between party and party, the actual costs as between attorney and client being very much higher. This was more than I could bear. I felt that my duty was to befriend both parties and bring them together. I strained every nerve to bring about a compromise. At last, Tayyab Seth agreed. An arbitrator was appointed. The case was argued before him, and Dada Abdullah won, but that did not satisfy me. If my client were to seek immediate execution of the award, it would be impossible for Tayyab Seth to meet the whole of the awarded amount of rupees 37,000 only. Stop. So, how was the dictation? I hope you managed it. Write it well. Don't forget to share your scores in the comments. I do love to know how you did. By the way, the dictation was clear, right? Let me know if you faced any issues. Keep practicing regularly, and I am sure you will do great in your exams. Good luck and keep up the hard work. Thank you so much.